Today's gonna be a great day. Sun's shining, kids are showing up. It's gonna be a great first day. How we doing? I love that red mask. Awesome, love your family. Good morning. You ready for a great day? How about a foot bump for Mr. Bohr as you get out of the car? Boom.
My favorite memory is being with Miss Castle Bear and playing with my friends and stuff.
My favorite memory is when we made the cows.
I remember we did like a lot of writing projects this year, and I can't pin a specific one, but I know there was at least one or two of them that were like really fun doing.
Well, I like doing math and reading.
Now I remember a specific. From ELA, it was way back at the beginning of the year. We had to do this project where we had to draw something about whatever we got about the human body, and then we had to draw a picture for it and say blah 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 does blah blah blah. So I got like white blood cells, so my team created a war picture of white blood cells fighting off bacteria. That was really fun.
I really enjoyed when we did a March Madness math project, but instead of basketball, it was with math. And we were able to take shots, like basketball shots, and we were able to earn points on spy reviews and do freckle. And it was really fun because there was a bracket, like the real March Madness, and people were able to like win, and like they would go in and they would go out, and at the end, like the winners get like pizza party, like they win soda and they have extra recess.
Today is the first day that our 3rd through 5th graders get to return to campus. They've been learning virtually for 2 weeks. Welcome back, welcome back. Y'all can walk straight to class and make sure you get Germ-X on your way in, okay?
Hi, my name is Reese and I'm in kindergarten. My favorite memory is when Miss Rico walked in, our student teacher.
And my favorite memory was the flex days because I could always listen to my Alexa and I could work at my own pace.
I'm in the 7th grade. My favorite memory of school was seeing my old friends and meeting new friends and playing with them at recess. Sometimes I like to play football or tag.
And then my favorite project I did was the plays where we turned myths into plays. And I was the lead role in Hypnotize, and I really liked it because you got to see all your other friends and like what they were doing in it, and it was just really fun.
Our animal project. My animal is the cheetah because it is the fastest. My favorite project at school was making monsters like these. I made mine kind of scary a little bit, and I like to like craft them because I like to look at the end. Like at the end, I look at them and like say if I wanted to like do more details, I'd make more details on them. So I like to craft stuff a lot, and I can draw stuff on my monsters because you can draw anything you want.
My favorite thing about Westwood is that there's like multiple students and you get to make a lot of friends.
The staff and my friends just being able to be with them every single day.
My favorite memory was Miss Pinky, and we met our teacher. We made like something and we put it up on the wall so that everyone could see it when they were walking by. My favorite school memory is going to the library. I love to read and love to do that. And at the end of library, I love to do technology.
My favorite school memory is probably when we did a partner Kahoot.
My favorite school project is the writing we did about moving bridges when she walked into the school and she prayed about the crowd. My favorite project this year was when we were doing our Explorers project because we would dress up as our Explorer character. And it was really fun to do facts about the character and dress up.
And my favorite school project and why
was the egg drop, because at the beginning we were just chatting and talking, and when Miss Jones popped up from the roof, we were all screaming, and then we chanted, drop it, drop it.
Today we're having our annual 4th grade egg drop at Westwood, where the kids build a project and us teachers get on the roof and drop them off.
Did it survive? Sweet.
They get tired of the pencil and the paper, so then being able to actually touch the house and touch the food and see that, oh, Wildcat does need this to live, or he doesn't really need a SpongeBob toy, it's just something that he kind of wants.
My favorite school memory was sewing in art class. I find it relaxing and fun because it goes up, down, and up and down. And then you pull, and then you do it all over again. And once you do it enough times, you can sew it together to make a blanket.
I think my favorite school memory was when we did plays for the book Hatchet. And it was very fun because we were very interactive with each other and had a lot of fun.
When I first got here to Bethesda 7 months ago, my favorite classroom project and activity this year was building a gnome bridge. It's where you take recycled parts and turn them into a bridge for paper gnomes. It was a whole lot of fun.
My favorite classroom project was when we made circuits to turn on light bulbs. It was so fun, and it was very interactive that I loved it. It was so fun to learn how to make a circuit to turn on the light bulb.
When I grew a marigold seed.
We broke it down and they discovered their first initial and last initial, and we made that in binary code. We practiced first on a piece of paper, and then they got to pick out colored beads that matched. They strung them on a pipe cleaner, and they made their very own binary code bracelets.
Like this loud.
Like that would be perfect, yes, okay.
My favorite part about this year was our Christmas party because we got to watch a movie and do crafts with our friends. Favorite part of this year was when we did elephant toothpaste in library. We mixed a lot of different things together in a tin container, and it came out beautifully. My favorite memory from school this year is coming to the library, getting to make stories on the computer, and getting to pick out books.
My favorite thing of the school year was whenever we were playing in Miss Chapman's class with the kinets and the rubber bands and propellers, where we were making the cars move with the propellers and also having rubber tires and using the rubber bands to move it by twisting it and moving everything.
A contraction is 2 words, and the first word stays the same, and then the second word doesn't. It's either 1 or 2 letters taken from the second word, and then you add an apostrophe.
My favorite school memory from this year is learning about dramas because we all got to have a turn pretending to be a character. My favorite memory from this year was going to school instead of being on Zoom. I just really wanted to see my teacher and all my friends in my class.
My favorite memory of this year was when I came back from online school. The first day we had like a meet and greet, and it was so warming and everyone was so welcome to me, and lots of people were from last year, so they all said hi and hello to me.
My favorite class project is learning about magnets because we got to test how they can pull and how they can push. My favorite project from this year with my class would be the Mayflower project, where we took tinfoil boats and put pennies on them.
My favorite project of this year was building a boat with Ramsey Chandler. It was to demonstrate the engineering design process, and we went through all the steps, and it was really fun. And it was also really successful because we had something that no one else thought of, and yeah, it was really fun.
Today was the final round, so we had Miss Durance's class. They were the champion from the 3rd and 4th grade, and Miss Roberts' class, that was the 5th grade champion. So they went against each other for the school-wide champion of Multiplication Madness.
I love Jordan Elementary. I love the teachers. I love the staff. They've helped me progress through this year.
Basically, I want them to understand the process. I want them to understand that they can build things and be able to make a structure on their own or even anything on their own with whatever materials that they're given so they can apply that later on.
Hey,
Don't worry.
it's a prototype. It's a prototype.
Favorite school memory of this year was that we did photos with the Grinch. We spent a full points on it. And we worked really hard to earn it, and we played with friends.
My favorite part about, however, is when a family of geese moved into our playground. It was super fun watching them and learning from them as they protected their baby eggs.
My favorite memory from this year was when we had a Squishmallow party and we had a pajama party. And my favorite my classroom project was that we did the cars and we tried to test them out and see if they go 100 meters. We tried to test it out and it was really much fun working as a team. We decorated our Cinderella shoe and we put glitter on it.
My favorite project was a science project where we constructed a catapult to launch the furthest. Me and my group tried and couldn't find an idea until we had around 5 minutes left, and we were able to put it together and win out of the 5th grade. And we got 300 centimeters more than second place, and I'm really proud of that.
Today for Veterans Day, we celebrated with Mr. Tyndall and his family. Mr. Tyndall was deployed to Iraq last year, and during that time we promised to help care for his children, and today he presented us with an American flag that he flew over his base in honor of our school.
Miss Miney, our school crossing guard, is turning 92.
Well, I love walking to and from school. Number one, because it helps the environment, and also I get to see Miss Miney, and she always gives me like a pat on the back. We always like elbow bump, which is usually like the high point of my day.
But there's several little girls that put up their sleeve when they see me in there. We go like this.
And we used recycled materials, and they had free reign to design it however they wanted.
So we were like trying to make sleds. We had to make sure that they went fast.
My favorite school memory for this year was to be able to get out of quarantine and be able to talk to my friends and come back from having to stay in dust shields and having to be in different places from the other people that we like to play with usually. We wouldn't be able to go to the art room, the music room, go to all the other special places because of quarantine and we had to stay in our classroom. But now close to the end of the year, it's better because we can all go outside, play together. We can go back into the lunchroom and we can do all the special things that we usually would do before quarantine and COVID-19 had came.
My favorite school memory is when we got back from online school and I got to see all my friends, but I didn't get to see everyone because they were all, some of them were online, but I got to see everyone and go in the building. It just kind of felt nice.
My favorite classroom project this year has to be doing our time capsule project because I love learning about World War II and this helped a lot for my quiz.
My favorite project from this year would have to be the fossil project that we did when we got to pick a fossil from somewhere around like a state in the country, and we got to write kind of like an essay in first person about like if you were the fossil, and I think that was a lot of fun.
And another one was when they let us go outside and we all got to go on the playground instead of having it in zones, and I got to play with all of my friends, and that was my favorite school memory.
My favorite school project was making the Sun Print Quilt. Every student has their hand on a square. We use our hands to work together at Mill Creek.
What happens is there are two chemicals mixed together and then they're painted on the fabric.
We placed our hands on fabric and we kept it there for 2 minutes to 3 minutes, and then we ran to a bucket and put it in water.
And when it comes out, the image is done.
And it looks so cool.
My favorite activity this year has been starting the Hope Squad. I have learned all kinds of helper skills. The whole school participated in Hope Week.
My favorite memory is that I met my very best friend. We love Mill Creek.
We ready? It's time. All right, guys, it's 8:35. Let's go. We're so excited to have all of our Tigers back on campus. It's great to see everybody again. I know the teachers were so excited to get to see their students. Hey, good morning. How are you? Welcome back.
I thought it was cool because maybe like if someday then I going to Frisbee golf, then I can like have another experience that I've done it before.
My favorite school memory is the first day on Zoom and I got to see everybody for the first time.
Well, my favorite school memory is when Mr. Morris and Miss Boucher came outside and played kickball with us and football.
My favorite school memory was doing scavenger hunting on Zoom. Get to find these different and new things we didn't know was there.
One of my favorite classroom activities was in math, and I love solving fractions and solving them in many different ways.
When we go to art, because this is my last year here, and we make clay, and I can't wait to get mine back.
My favorite is snowman building contest with marshmallows. I built like a really tall snowman because we have like colored tables and we have to see which one's tallest, but the best part was we got to eat them.
My favorite school memory was making new friends, and it's been really fun doing that.
It has been my biography project when I got to dress up as Frederick Douglass and learn a lot of things about him.
My favorite school memory from this year is on Zoom. And my teacher, Miss Richardson, she always made the best out of every single Zoom call. And so I remember when we were learning how to divide decimals, it was like slide to the right and then raise the roof. And so she made a dance out of it. And so all of us got up out of our seats on Zoom, and it was laggy and the mics were on. It was so crazy. But we all just did the dance, and so it was really fun.
It was my shape book, because I have loved art since I was like 4, and it's been a lot of fun doing it.
Was the erosion project where I got to pour water on sand like it was the rain making a valley.
My favorite classroom project was with Miss Higgs, and we did this hotel thing where we would add up all this stuff that we found on IKEA or Target or anything like that, and then we would make a little hotel room, and we would add it all up with the prices, and we had a $1 million budget, which was really hard to stay under actually.
My favorite school memory from this year was when we did the Roaring 20s, because everyone got to come into the cafeteria and the teachers did a fun little thing.
My favorite school memory from this year was being able to go back to the library because we weren't allowed to because of COVID-19.
My favorite memory from this year was returning to school in person.
And my favorite school activity is when my social studies teacher read us Baseball Saved Us, and we got to draw up a little cartoon.
My favorite classroom project from this year was the levee project where we built levees to prevent a mini city from flooding.
We were making levees to prevent a town of flooding.
My favorite project was making a levee to block the city from water.
Since it's the month of March and the students associate this month with St. Patrick's Day, I thought it'd be a perfect time to introduce Irish music by dancing, playing instruments, doing a little bit of singing, and I think they've really enjoyed it.
I'm really glad that school opened back up. That way everyone could actually come to the building, because I wouldn't have gotten to meet all my new friends and students, and we got to do, we're getting to do BizTown, and then we're going to be able to sit in the cafeteria. A lot of new things are opening up, so I'm really glad that that happened.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm going to tell you about my favorite prize this year. It was when me and my class made a staff award for our assistant, Miss Leanne. She was so surprised and excited.
I'm sharing my shapes because I loved them. Sharing my cubes, my cylinders, with my new slime, my volleyball. It was just so fun doing that.
Favorite school project is something that we have been doing right now. We are building an amusement park and we're using coordinate planes to graph them and find the points. So we've also been having our class mascot. We've been hiding her all around the classroom, and then we've been using the coordinate planes to find her and where she's hiding. So I've really enjoyed our year. It's been a lot of fun.
My favorite class project we did was when we made a shelter for my teacher's toy penguin waddles. My partner Lily and I made a ship with a flag that said Waddles. Thank you.
The Earth Day hat yesterday. That was my favorite memory at school.
Pull it back and fire, and it fires the candy. And at first I got 8 meters, and then after that I got 25 meters, which I had to estimate.
I tested it out lots of times. I can't believe the year is almost over. I'm so happy that I'm got to be a lip compare this year. I can't believe I'm about to go in 1st grade.
My favorite memory this year was when we learned a new lesson in PE, and we got to learn how to play cornhole, ladder toss, and can jam. The best thing was that we got to team up with our friends and we got to compete with each other.
Favorite thing about this year is that I was new and I made a lot of new friends. I also liked picking the top 30 books in the library.
My favorite thing is about PE. Like it so much. It's a cool thing to do.
My favorite memory was we were outside playing soccer and I scored 5 goals in one game and we won like 8-1.
We just smacked the bat over the ball and one chance. Then we get to do 4 things. Do Yoda, ride a bicycle, carry a heavy ball, and also carry a little heavy blue ball.
My favorite memory is playing with my friends and having fun with them. Playing races and running around.
Well, my favorite Creekside memory is coming into the school for the first time and seeing my teachers and actually meeting everyone in my class. And I thought it was super cool to just like actually be in a classroom again after being at home for so long. And I just thought it was super fun.
And another thing was the quick day of school. That was very weird. Last time when we thought the storm was and the rain was coming, we had to make a quick one. So after lunch, we decided to go home early. So that was my favorite also.
We did this project where we made these superheroes in Math RTI with Miss Skipper, and it was super fun. We did tasks, and then we got to design our own superheroes. She traced our body, and we colored our body whatever we wanted ourselves to look like. It was super fun.
My favorite project was with Miss Hall doing our winter fun performance. Having 100th day of school.
I think it's the commercial project because we actually got to do what we wanted and we got to be creative, and instead of like the teachers helping us, we had to do everything by ourselves, and it was a great learning opportunity.
We are filming using the green screens with all of the different layers that they've created so that they can present that out.
They decided unanimously to purchase brand new teacher chairs for every teacher in our building. We had a gift card labeled at the end of each corridor, and they had to use strategy to decide which gift card they were going to go after and then race while sitting in their chair back to their computer screen for Zoom. And it was game on.
Hi, I'm William Wiley in Miss South's 3rd grade class. And my favorite memory of this year is when we got Lily, our crested gecko. I like her because she is so soft.
And my favorite memory from Miss Winnie's 1st grade class is when I got to see Miss Winnie and my friends because they're so fun.
My favorite memory of 5th grade was when we did reading tints over our desks.
My favorite activity we did is when we lined up the planets in the order that they orbit. It was so fun.
And my favorite science experiment was when we learned about how when things dissolve, they don't disappear, and they're still there in a different form.
And my favorite project this school year was making an ecosystem flipbook because it has the 6 things of an ecosystem.
The best part is watching them brainstorm because you can just see their like wheels turning, and then once they get that idea in their head, they're just like, oh, and they get excited.
My favorite school memory this year was playing kickball with Miss Atchison and Miss Murphy because it was really fun.
Is the 5th grade picnic because it was really fun and we got to have fun with our families.
And we did the egg drop because our egg didn't crack.
My favorite classroom project was the Ubuck experiment from science.
Then we did the pendulums because me and my friend got to stand on desks.
My favorite classroom project was doing coding in computer class because it was really fun.
Well, I kind of wanted to make this project so that it would really solidify their learning of the states.
It just came in the mail. Miss Pam just told me.
My favorite memory was coming back to school from online.
When we looked for Pete the cat.
When I got it my birthday at school. Because you get toys.
So we first got to school, and then we had a little mail thing, and then Pete the cat sent us on an adventure, but we couldn't find him. But then we came to our classroom, and he gave us pictures to color.
My favorite classroom project was a rainbow craft that we just finished, and you had to find the factors of a number, and my number was 36.
And my favorite arts and crafts was when we do art in our classroom.
Learn the days of the week and the days of the year.
Hi, my name is Ava, and my favorite memory is when we played the baseball roll-up game, and there was 2 teams, and we were against each other. And then the person who got the wood fast enough got the point. The side got the point.
My favorite memory of this year was when we got ice cream because we got 10 points for behavior in science and social studies.
And my favorite memory from this year was probably all this COVID craziness going on from the year. Everything was switched up and nobody really knew what to do at the start of the year with all these masks and everything that was happening.
Seeing friends that I saw last year.
My favorite activity was when we studied the sea. We wrote about the giant squid or the shark. For me, I wrote about giant squid, and then I drew a picture of the giant squid, and then the teachers hung it up on the wall.
And one of my favorite projects that we've done was our space poster that we did in science. We got to pick 3 topics to do, and we got to color them and write 5 facts about them. That was really fun.
One of my most favorite things this year was learning about stop motion animals. At first I had made this tiny one, which was a grasshopper hopping around on the field. But then I decided to make a new one because I wanted to do something big. So at first I made 2 dolphins loving each other. But then I kept on coming up with ideas along the way. And I also decided to add text boxes to add more character into the characters.
I like elections because you get every vote that you have, it would count.
Because then it'd be unfair, because if you can vote twice, why not vote 50 times?
You are allowed to have a preference, but you cannot say it or show any signs of it.
I do not know who I'm going to vote for in this.
One of the favorite things I got to do this year was the presidential debate of 2020.
What are you going to provide?
I'll provide lower taxes. You want to raise the taxes. The taxes are already high. I want to bring them down.
Oh yeah, you're not going to bring them down. Taxes only getting raised for people who make over $400,000 a year.
Me and my friend got to be both the candidates. I was Biden and he was Trump. And we got to go to kindergarten and first grade and all the other grades to teach them about the voting process and kind of how it works. Biden wins, I'll be very happy. I mean, if Trump wins, we're still going to be friends. I mean, I may be a little mad, but like, it's not going to mean like I hate him.
Little pumpkin, and that we had a lot of fun. We did an activity, and it was like when we if like it would go, if it would sink or if it would float. And then I get it and take it home, and then I painted it.
All right, y'all have a great day. Good morning. Look at those pretty flowers. I love it. You look awesome. Good morning. Go Preds.
My favorite memory is Valentine's Day because we got to give out prizes for people.
My favorite school memory would be the fun one. It was good exercise. It was a lot of fun. Just great experience.
Was when the playground opened up, and we got to go wherever we want. My favorite project was when we all got to color a picture together.
Would be the play that we had today. It was a lot of fun. We got to act out different parts. It was pretty cool.
It was an ice cream of fractions. We had 8 ice cream cones. We had 8 ice cream scoops, and then we would make all different kinds of flavors.
I wrote thank you veterans and thank you for making our country free.
They helped our country be free.
My favorite thing we did this year was when we had to build a house that the big bad wolf couldn't blow the pigs out of, and it had to be sturdy, so the big bad wolf didn't blow them away. And that was from the true story of the 3 little pigs.
My favorite project this year was building a windmill out of things around our house.
I'm a 5th grade at Challenger Tree Elementary. My favorite memory this year is probably the one with my teacher, Mrs. Turner. She makes everything I do joyful and exciting. My favorite project that she actually assigned us is about the first woman to cross the sea to the British coast. Her name is Gertrude Elder.
My favorite memory this year was when we did a space party at the end of the quarter. We read this book called Moonshot, and it was my favorite book that we read, and our teacher dressed up as an astronaut.
We just finished releasing the butterflies. We got to watch them from week to week. They mostly changed every single week.
My favorite school memory was going to the related arts room because I'm a new student here and this is my first time because of COVID.
And as one of my favorite activities we've done this year for 4th grade, we got to learn about the literal and figurative part. Literal means the actual part in your body. Figurative means how much you love your mom or your dog.
I like doing the pumpkin patch. We got to pick out pumpkins. When I was had with Miss White's class, we got called, and then we got to pick out our pumpkins. Then we decorated them, and then we had a contest, and then whoever did the best pumpkin, they got a prize.
My favorite project was the candy bar project, where we got to make our own little candy bar. And mine was a chocolate and caramel and marshmallow one, and I called it the Marshy Bar.
Let's go into the library, and we gotta watch books, and we gotta read books.
And for my favorite activity this year we did this roller coaster. And what you do is you take a bunch of these pieces together, and you get paper. It's like a slide, and you make it go down. And then you use a marble as your test dummy.
and that's it.
We were trying to see if the magnets could float on top of each other and see if the paper clips could float.
We got to put a paper clip on a desk and put the magnet under the desk and we got to move it.
My favorite school memory from this year has been just walking into the school for the first time. It was weird, not being in school and being on Zoom, so it was amazing to walk into school for the first time in a while.
My favorite school memory from this year has been the ability to eat inside of the cafeteria because we haven't done it in so long.
My favorite school memory from this year has been the ability to go into the art classroom and doing art with all the supplies and friends and stuff like that.
My favorite classroom project has been the Connects in Miss Gallagher's class. I had a lot of fun building cars, and it was kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, just fitting pieces in and seeing what would work. So yeah.
My favorite classroom school project is Battle of Stones River in Mr. Longneck's class because I love history and learning about US history.
I have liked going outside and free going on recess and PE so I can play with my friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have all the butterflies that you had when you were a student. You still get those as a teacher. Hey, how are you? Mickey Mouse. Hey, Chloe, we're gonna screen you. Are you ready?
I'm from Hunter's Green Elementary School. My favorite thing this year was learning how to read. This year, understand what I'm gonna miss most is all of the fun science experiments we had, all the groups and hands-on activities. We did these explosions and little baggies. We got to do an inherited trait project with these paper chickens.
This year, my favorite activity was a social studies project we did about a bunch of states, and we learned a lot of facts on this one special state that we picked. And we did a packet and a poster on it.
My favorite thing in my classroom is the American flag.
What I'm gonna miss a lot about my classroom and this responses room is all the artwork that decorates it and all of the beautiful colors. So I'm gonna miss that. Something I'll miss about my classroom next year is the little library, our classroom library with a bunch of books and cozy spots for us to read.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Eat more cookies.
Today's our 30th birthday. It's the start of our 30th birthday school year. And we have been here since 1990, so we're ready to kick off this year 30 years of excellence in education.
In class, we're playing the spoons, and Miss West is going to talk about our spoons project. We're just playing the spoons, and we're gonna make just a musical pattern and just make a song or something.
My favorite part about school this year is probably that we actually got to come to school, because with last year's year ending early and unexpectedly, we missed a lot of stuff, and we missed some fun stuff that we didn't get to do, and we're getting to do it this year.
My favorite classroom project was maybe the graphs, because we got to survey people throughout our class, and we got to draw pretty fun pictures. We did it because we were learning about tally graphs, bar graphs, and picture graphs, and this is mine.
My favorite classroom project is the people, because you get to cut out everyone and you get a partner, and it was really fun. And also we did it because we were learning about centimeters and inches, and this one's mine.
My favorite class assignment that we've done is probably the universe slides, which is where our science teacher will assign us something to make a slide about. We've had to do a slide about our solar system, we've had to do a slide about asteroids and comets, and we've had to do slides about all the different types of galaxies and just everything about our universe.
We've had a great year at Edmonton, and my favorite memory this year is doing lunch inside our classroom because we've got to play video games when we're done, and also we can talk to our friends more, and there's not like a lot of people surrounding us, like other kids, you know?
So my favorite memory of the whole school year would be the first time I got to climb the ropes in PE.
My favorite memory from the school year was having recess with the whole grade instead of having recess with the class.
My favorite activity school year in my class that we done was geometry maths. We learned geometry, and then at the end of the unit, we got this huge piece of paper. We drew a map, like geometry-shaped buildings, and then accused, obtuse, roads and all that. And then that was all my fun memories of this Edmonton school year.
And my favorite class project would be a sprinkle project that I did. I took a cup, put plastic wrap on it, put sprinkles, and then my teacher came around with the loudspeaker and played music under the cup, and it made the sprinkles jump around.
My favorite activity this year was like building mini skate parks in science, where we got to we learned about skate parks, and like we built our own with cereal boxes and cardboard.
Our first idea was to make like a bowl inside a cereal box so it could like sort of go anywhere, but that failed, so we just kind of took our scraps and tried building onto a regular half pipe to make it taller.
My favorite thing was the testing week because we got snacks, we got extra recess, and we were with all of our friends.
Hi, I'm a fifth grader here at elementary, and my favorite thing this year was fifth grade coming together, and we all have recess together now.
And I'm in kindergarten. My favorite thing in school is Valentine's Day because I get to get lots of treats.
My favorite activity in our class was we went around the room and we were learning about shadows, and also we were learning about the prism and how things went on.
My favorite project is Character in Japan. It's for Black History Month, and we pick a person and we decorate this Pringles can and to look like a person.
We had to get information on someone from Black History Month, and then we had to write down research, make a presentation so we can present it in front of the class, and make our can.
And my favorite activity is planting the seeds and planting. Bye!